Jays manager John Schneider is speaking to reporters ahead of Game 1 of their wildcard series against the Twins. Let's listen in.
Like this. And they all know that, you have some opportunities to be a little bit creative in a short 3-game series, with anyone that's on the roster. So it's a good problem to have, and guys are on board with doing whatever it takes to win.
Hi, John. Usually at the postseason, you guys don't need a number 5 starter. So sometimes number 5 starter doing something different job during the postseason. Have you ever considered your number 5 starter put on the different spot? And if not, is there anything you can expect from him during this postseason?
You're talking about Hyun-jin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you don't need 5, but I think what you expect from him this series is to be ready to pitch in the next series if we move on. So it's a veteran guy that understands, where we are and how we're lined up against this team. And, we expect him to continue to be ready to pitch. Hopefully we're playing after the next couple days, and he's, back in there helping us.
John, common refrain during regular seasons is always a tomorrow. In the playoffs, you sort of have to earn your tomorrows. Mm-hmm. How would you describe maybe a shift in mentality? Should there be a change in the way guys play? The way guys think about it? Do you try to stay the same way? How would you assess the psychology there?
Yeah, I mean, you try to stay the same. You try to be consistent and do what got you here. But I think, at the same time, with this group in particular, we've probably battled some inconsistencies over the course of 162, and I think the fact that, the ending can be very near. I think that fuels these guys, and the fact that it's over the course of the season, you have the time to wait around for it to come. I think, unfortunately, it didn't come as consistently as we had hoped. So, yeah, you wanna have a little bit more. Okay, here we go. But at the same time, you have to really just do what you're good at. I've been looking forward to this group having this chance to really kind of have everything on the table for a while now. So we're here, and I'm excited to see how they come out.
Just off Shai's question, how does that trickle down or trickle up to the coaching staff? And, maybe in situations like these, asking someone to do something that they may not have been asked to do very often or that often. And the kind of, urgency in managing. You can't manage 162 like it's Game 7, but you can manage, Game 2 or 3 like it is.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they're ready for anything. I think that, the way that you put your roster together gives you a lot of different options, whether it's on the mound, at the plate, or in the field. So, in an ideal world, nothing really changes, but I think you have to really grasp situations knowing that you either need to get back into the game or you need to try to win the game a certain way. So hopefully those situations are kind of few and far between, but I think everyone that's in there on the roster, they're ready for something that may or may not have happened over the course of 162.
Since you're going to be playing the entire series here in Target Field, is there anything about this ballpark that is particularly difficult or easy, or anything that you have to take into consideration because you're playing here?
For one, it's a great ballpark. It's a beautiful ballpark. One of the nicest ones that we come to. I think right field is a little bit weird. You have to be ready for any kind of carom off right field there. Shadows are probably going to come into play a little bit, which don't come into play at home with a roof. But other than that, no. I think that we've played well on the road all year. You started out 10 games in a row on the road, and these guys are kind of battle tested in that area. So I think you just kind of enjoy it. We've played here before. Guys are comfortable with it. So any little quirky thing would be right field, but it's it's an exciting place to play. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
You'll be listening in there to Blue Jays manager John Schneider teeing up reporters for Game 1 of their wildcard series tonight.